with Big Bourbon Club. I help lead these virtual events, but today I'm not doing all the talking. That might be a relief. That might be a bummer. But for you guys, Harold and Ashley are going to introduce Josh over at Spillway. Spillway, as I understand it, is a really pretty well-known liquor store in Mississippi, and they do a really cool big event in next month that they're going to talk about. And I think this is cool because it's we talked to a lot of distilleries and we talked to a lot of master distillers and people that are in the industry. And, a lot of times we're talking about some of the same stuff, but how everybody does it differently. This is totally different than what we've talked about before. And it gives people something to look forward to and to see another part of the industry, which I think is really, it's good for our audience. It's good for us. It's good to kind of see all angles of it. So Harold and Ashley live in Alabama. I met them a little over a year ago on a whirlwind weekend of whiskey in Louisville. And it's just been a joy to get to know them. But they are the closest that we know of to Mississippi, and they go to Spillway and know Josh. So I'm going to let them introduce him and kind of talk about our events and just kind of interview what we do, what Josh does, why he does it, and why it's so great. So Harold and Ashley, take it away.
All right. Good evening, everybody. So my name's Harold. This is Ashley, my wife. We are part of the Big Bourbon Club, been for several years now. And we've been going to Josh for several years now. We've become kind of good friends with Josh. He's done some really outstanding things in the industry. And we want to, Josh, you're actually one of the owners of the Spillway Wine and Spirits, and you're kind of the creator of the BIG Bourbon Block Party, correct? Can you give us a little details about what's going to go on?
Yeah, sure. This will be, I think our sixth one. We've been in business 5 years, so we started out with a grand opening. It was kind of small, but since then it's been every year to celebrate our anniversary. This year it's April the 18th. We will be doing we do 5 lotteries for the chance to purchase, and we'll put out 200 allocations every hour for 5 hours. And that's 1,000. It's 1,000 bottles hitting the shelves for the lottery. And you'll get one number at the beginning at 9 a.m. and that number will be good all day long. We just reshuffle numbers all day. And then we'll put out the spreadsheet, tell you exactly the order of the numbers, and that tells you exactly where you get in line. And when you get your turn in line, you get to pick. So first guy gets the biggest pick.
For somebody that's never been there, so I just want to understand it. You get in line and you get a ticket, right?
Your wristband.
And then what? A wristband. Your wristband has a number on it.
Yes, ma'am.
Your number is the order that you get to pick a bottle off the shelf. Is that what I'm understanding?
As it's calling in.
Yeah, that number is your ID, is your identity. And basically they just reshuffle those numbers.
Oh,
so it'll tell you what number you are, and with that wristband, it'll get you in that order.
In that order.
Reshuffle those orders. The first guy gets the first pick, and that may be the most expensive bottle. It may be their favorite, hardest to get bottle. I mean, it's a lot of opportunities there, but we also highlight a lot of micro distillers, a lot of small distillers that, and going out and finding bottles and barrels that you're not going to be able to get.
And what's also kind of cool is also when you come up there, if there's not a bottle there you want, or sometimes they'll have some other kind of merch idea thing there, or a barrel. If there's enough barrels there, you actually may be able to pick a barrel. There's different things you can do as you come up there. So, or you don't get a bottle at all. It's totally up to you. You can go get a shelfer if you want to. I mean, you wouldn't believe the amount of shelfers that are on there that are unbelievable.
I've got some really great store picks as well.
So we'll have samples every hour. We'll have a couple distillers there doing samples, and we'll be releasing hourly barrel releases as well. So along with that, even if your number's not called, if you're not in the first 200 people, there's still opportunities to find great picks that you're not going to get otherwise.
Right.
So Josh, what was the brainstorm behind this? Was it just to try to drum up business? I mean, we kind of know that kind of TJ kind of blew up the gave him kind of a marketing, kind of blew it up to his group and got all of us interested coming over. That's how I ended up coming over to the first time, was TJ invited us. So what was that just the thinking behind it, was to try to drum up business outside to come into the store?
I don't know, Harold. I'm a shameless promoter. I can't help it. It just, I mean,
Yeah, we've seen the chicken run, and we've seen some of the stuff. The rooster run. We've actually absolutely adore that, and just stuff like that. So,
oh yeah, we got more. We got more of those coming this year. We'll be towards the end of the year this year that we do a rooster run. But sounds like that old Dominic's on board for that again as well.
Are.
So how early should somebody try to get there?
I mean, don't show up with an RV. They got real mad about that last year. We do have a campground right down the road. Like, you can literally walk from the campground. Yeah. And otherwise, I don't give out tickets till 9 a.m. Like, getting there early.
There's no reason to rush and try to kill people or anything. You 9 o'clock is 9 o'clock. Everybody will get tickets that want tickets at that time. So that's the biggest thing I wanted to make sure everybody understood.
We'll draw at 10. If you get there after 10, you're going to get you'll get a ticket still for the 11 o'clock drawing. I mean, we do it for 5 hours. So it goes on till, 2 o'clock?
Yeah. And boy, it's a interesting 5 hours that goes along with that, with everything else is going on. So
I was going to say, that sounds like a tailgate party. This sounds like a reason that a liquor store wants to have a massive tailgate party for 5 hours is what it sounds like.
Pretty much.
And I'm not responsible for what happens in the parking lot.
We didn't say you were.
100% not, but it is. I guarantee it's one of the biggest and funnest tailgating parties that I've ever been a part of, to be quite honest.
Yeah, and everybody there is so generous. I don't think I've ever been where everybody wasn't willing to share every bottle that they have right there, including their new bottles that they get that day. Everybody wants to participate in that.
And yeah, we'll have plenty of food trucks, and I mean, we got a big surprise too. We got a big little entertainment for the parking lot this year. So
that's what I was wondering, if is there any big surprise this year, or is that
there'll be something to entertain the folks.
Do we need to sign a waiver to be able to do the surprise?
That will be between you and the people at Pendleton.
You and your insurance company, maybe? I don't know.
Pendleton is going to sponsor this
Awesome.
big fun this year.
Yeah.
How many people usually come out to something like this?
So we were about 1,200 last year. I mean, and we have people from all over the country. I mean, we've had guys drive in straight from all the way from Los Angeles and get there Friday night to go to the pre-party and drive out on Saturday afternoon and go straight back to Los Angeles. So yeah, we get guys from everywhere. It's a big coming together. It's a big homecoming for whiskey folks. It's fun.
It's really good. I do have to ask, I know that Mississippi's experiencing a lot of different problems right now with getting product out to stores. Has that affected this event at all?
So most of the things that we are highlighting have already been ordered, have already been put in motion, have already been received even. I mean, I collect my allocations all year long. I don't, you can ask my local customers. I don't give away I won't release any allocations during the year. I mean, I save them up so that we can make this event, this one day, the biggest. And it's also fair. It all comes out at fair market retail prices. I mean, we are really pride ourselves on having fair prices. I mean, I'm not going to say everything's an average markup. It's just what's fair to the market, and it's what you can get a bottle for in a fair retail. So, but yeah, it's whiskey for the masses. You don't have to be a rich guy to have a shot at something really great, really delicious, really cool.
And can you give everybody kind of an idea, just to throw some names out there of what kind of bottles you have for this year coming up?
Well, let's see. Well, teasers.
Oh, he's got the list right there.
No, not a whole list, because the list is always a moving object. Again, I mean, I am subject to the state, like subject to distributors. I mean, I have things out there I would love to see, but whether we get to see them due to either distributor errors or the state. I mean, right now the state's listening to me pretty well, and they're going to help me with my event. And but anyway, I got a couple teasers that I happen to have at the house, because these are some of my favorites that we've gotten a hold of. Our friends at Good Times. This is their Casa Good Times. It's an extra añejo.
Oh, interesting.
Picked up yeah. It's not whiskey, but it's in a whiskey barrel, and it is a good segue into tequila if you love a bourbon. And then another just favorite one that I found when we were up there hanging out with those guys. And I don't know if you've never stopped by Good Times, it's the most easygoing place. They're buying particularly MGP or whatever whiskey they can get a hold of and do over the top barrel finishes that are almost sub-flavored whiskey. And this one is Good Old Times. Let me get it back here. So this is a 10-year-old MGP that they have double barreled with banana rum, and then again and double barreled in caramel barrels. So again, Good Times has a little flavoring to it, but man, you take a 10-year-old MGP that was really dark and leathery and oaky and all these barnyard flavors, and then run it through a caramel barrel and a banana rum barrel that gives you really nice depth and character and sweetness to it that wasn't there before.
Yeah, those guys do some really good stuff on finishing some bourbons. I mean, it's amazing the flavors they get out and what they come up with.
But yeah, that's a couple of them. We got we got several others coming. I kind of release that as they come. I don't like to talk about things that aren't actually in hand. And no,
that's true.
Understood that.
But any teasers on who is going to be releasing barrels that day as well?
I know I got 3 from Good Times. I do have a JT Mellick for the first time. They finally got their way into Mississippi to come
good.
Let us get some of their whiskey. We did pick a barrel of theirs.
How many barrels do you think you do a year? Single barrels do you do a year, Josh?
We're about 18 to 20.
Do you go and pick them all? Do you bring your your local customers? Do you guys do it all pretty locally?
Yes, all of those. And so it just depends. I mean, some folks like, if you're messing with a Sazerac barrel there, you can go up there and taste it, but it's going to set you back another 6 months and getting a barrel, which is,
right.
In the whole cycle of how many barrels I can get in my lifetime. I mean, I'm trying to get those barrels out of their hands as quick as I can. So to try to keep it on an annual basis, which often goes more like 15 months. So if you add 6 months to it, it goes to a 21-month cycle. So it depends. Some of them we just have relationships where they send us good samples. A lot of them we go up there for. I mean, the ones always love to go. We'd love to go to Old Forester. Love to hit the Russell's Reserve folks and Four Roses. Always go up there for those. But I mean, I was in oh goodness, I was in North Carolina this weekend. I got to come up with a name now. It's slipping me because I've been dropping all these names. But yeah, I was up there sampling a barrel, and we hope to have it here in time as well. So
Yeah, Andy Joe, a couple years ago, we were actually on a barrel pick with Josh, and them invited us to go to George Dickel. So it was the first time we ever been to George Dickel and did a barrel pick, which was
That's
quite an
right.
interesting day, to be quite honest.
I don't doubt that, Harold, with you, buddy. What do you reach for, Josh, when you drink at home?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I what my barrel picks. I mean, obviously, I have plenty of them. I need to consume them. I pick them. They're mine. I mean, every one of them is like a child of mine. I got a vested interest in them. So, typically a barrel pick. These that I just brought out weren't anything to show off, other than they will be released that day. But they're also in my cabinet right now. I mean, they're so yeah. Those are a couple of my favorites that just came out today, and I mean they came out this. I guess we got them a couple weeks ago. Broad Branch is the one I went to in North Carolina, in Winston-Salem, and we're supposed to get.
They've got some incredible ryes.
They have an incredible rye, and I hope that we get it in time for the event. So,
awesome. Is it going to be approaching hazmat? Some of those are pretty high proof.
I don't know that they make a rye that's less than hazmat.
Yeah.
If so, I did not try it this weekend.
And it's amazing how well that hazmat rye doesn't taste hazmat. I mean, it's just it's so balanced and so well rounded.
Mm-hmm. So I have another question similar to that one. If you could only pick one bottle to drink from one brand for the rest of your life, are you able to pin it down to one?
So
nobody's ever been able to say this question and just pick one. So if you can,
my call whiskey, I will say, is Wild Turkey 101.
Heard that.
Primarily because I can find it. It's readily available. It's over 80 proof. I mean, which oftentimes if you walk in any random bar, I mean, finding something that's 101 proof is really hard. So, but yeah, I mean, if we're going to probably lay it down to just a single line, I'd probably stay in the Wild Turkey Russell's Reserve line. I mean, I don't want to specifically drink just Wild Turkey 101 because, I mean, one of my favorite picks at home is always my Russell's Reserve. I look forward to my Russell's pick every year. But also I look forward to an Old Forester pick every year. I mean, they make great whiskey.
Oh, they definitely do.
They do.
So, and if we walked in your store today, right now, walked in there, you have an incredible tasting area over there that you are always so generous in tasting stuff. But what's the sleeper sitting over there today?
I was wondering, like, is there a bottle that people should pay more attention to? Like
Not necessarily bourbon or anything, because your Justin showed us that rum, Zalco rum that I think
Zalco rum.
we still have 3 bottles sitting here that we cherish.
Yes, and they're not represented in the state anymore. They've lost their representation, so not enough people were wise to it and bought enough. So I no longer get Zalco, and that's our second half barrel we bought from them, and we were loving it. We were big fans of them. Like
such a butterscotch bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So besides that,
okay. So on the sampling today, we got the Wyatt Earp I'm Your Huckleberry whiskey. How about that?
I have to get him to save us a bottle of that.
It's terrible, but it sounds great, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It tastes like medicine to me. But.
Oh
no. They did some weird finishes over there too on some of that.
Yeah, they're out there having fun. I like those guys actually. They're and what beautiful bottles, obviously.
Oh yes, they are beautiful.
Well, I know you've worked with Purple Toad, and you've worked with JT Mellick, and you've worked with 7-3 in the past few years. Do they have anything great coming out this year?
I mean, with JT Mellick, I'm just glad to get a barrel in for the first time. So, I mean, we were able to go. We wouldn't pick that, I don't know, a month and a half ago, a couple months ago. So that was exciting. So I'm just glad to get them in, and then we're really hoping for the Broad Branch to come through. That's a big one for us.
Any strange things from the Mississippi Sippers?
Oh, I'm sure there is, and I'm sure I'm forgetting it, and should have probably reached out to Bobby before I got online, because they're all going to get on to me for not rattling out their things. But some of it's been troubles with the state. So right now I'm trying to get a whole nother. We had a shipment coming from Crittenden's that got turned around when they were like in January when it was right happening. So now we're trying to get that back out. So yes, we have a lot of fun things coming out of Crittenden's that I need to get in my hands before I even talk about.
Yeah,
so
I don't think anybody.
I'm hoping to have 3 or 4 different representations, new representations of his bourbon.
For sure. I don't think anybody understands really, unless you're near here, the actual impact that all of this has had on distribution in Mississippi. It's been really tough for a lot of the stores to actually get product. The ABC warehouse has been having some issues, and it's just been a mess for everybody on both sides, I think. So.
Yeah. So in Mississippi, we depend on the state to, as the sole distributor in the state. It is a controlled state because we only have 2.8 million. So we have a particularly small population and a fairly big geographic area. So to move whiskey from one end to the other, it's cheaper to have one distributor than 3. And in this size state, the price would typically go up if we brought in 3 distributors and paid 3 infrastructures to pay 3 trucks to come to our stores rather than 1 truck to come to our store, which a lot of states do that, but they have huge populations to cover the overhead for that cost. So we're very dependent on the state. And I don't know, in January, they shut down for an inventory and had a software update, and the obsolete conveyor belt no longer communicated with new software because it was obsolete software that they had been running with for years. And we lost our conveyor belts up at the warehouse, and it has not been good since then. And our orders which were taking 2 to 3 days, are now taking 28 days. And our stock is down about 50%. I tried to put in an order. I put in an order yesterday and today, and it's down. Like 50% of what I want is not in stock.
Man.
So it's difficult now. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't so much affect us in that I buy barrels and I buy a bunch of small brand whiskeys that 2 cases will last a long time. I mean, it's not, and oftentimes I'll buy an allotment of whiskey to get a certain brand in. So if I can get a whiskey brand in Mississippi can self-represent themselves and self-distribute, and if I can meet the minimum of a shipment, then they can just bring in however much that minimum is that I agree on. And, that may cover me for a year and a half, of a brand of whiskey. So that's been in our favor. I mean, honestly, Mississippi is really one of the best run controlled states in the country. Typically, they just need a damn conveyor belt, and they've come up with a plan that is to run without a conveyor belt that is not very functional nor productive. And from a guy that sees all the logistics coming out of the back of a box truck, it's not. We're not seeing it any better. But it does hurt the bigger brands really worse than it does these little brands, and that I'm pretty well stocked up on them. I mean,
well, hopefully y'all get some help soon, getting everything the way that it needs to be, so that everybody can get back to business. quickly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And the event will be great. It'll be the same. Like literally everything I've done is is all purchased and planned ahead of time. I mean, barrels come in 20 cases, 30 cases at a time. So
yeah,
we are well prepared for our event.
So we know you're quite well. After going to each one of these events, it seems like it gets better every year, and it just seems to get bigger and better, and it's just gets more fun. The camaraderie, what do you think the impact of the economic impact actually your one event does for that area? I mean, I think it actually probably hits more than people really realize. I mean, you got to remember how many people are coming in for hotels. We're eating out there. We're shopping all over the place. I mean, we're bringing a lot of people in. I know just in our group, we're bringing people from Chicago, Illinois, everywhere.
Yes, and I don't have a great way to gauge who all is there. What percentage. I mean, we may have a bigger percentage of out of towners than we do in towners at this point. I mean, and everybody local to me is not that into whiskey. I mean, a lot of my buddies showed up and stood in line and thought they were going to get a free bottle of whiskey when their number got called. They were disappointed to find out otherwise.
It doesn't work that way.
No free whiskey.
Well,
there's free samples.
A lot of people that are watching tonight are thinking about coming to the event. So maybe explain to them why they should come to this event and what makes it so important just to the average bourbon collector.
I mean, it is the camaraderie. It's a get together. It's I mean, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, we have the food trucks out there. I mean, it's a festival, and
for sure.
And we do get some of the best whiskey in the country. I mean, I spend all year. I mean, literally, I was up at Broad Branch last weekend, flew in and out of North Carolina just to go see their facilities and pick barrels for you guys. So, I mean, it's our passion. It's what we do.
The other thing that I see that's actually a huge plus is there's not other places that I go to like a bourbon drop like this. We get to meet some of the distillers, like Matt Crittenden. I know he's going to be there. I talked to him earlier. Some of the other I don't know what other distillers are going to be there this year, but and they engage really well. And Matt's one of the best guys to talk to. He loves to talk to people. You can ask him any question. He has no problem answering. That's the fun part about talking to some of these guys. They're really interested in talking to the people that he's producing for. And so, I mean,
well, we are going to clear out our wine warehouse this year to make room for more sampling, for the distillers. So okay. we'll have two distillers every hour for 5 hours. Now these guys will also be available on Friday night. Now we're going to do an event at Cypress Creek. Is that right? Cypress Creek?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, we'll have to fact check that. But anyway, we're going to be down the road. I will put all this on our Facebook. It's going to be a 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock event. And basically, if I can get the permitting correct, we're working with Fifth Squad. It's got to be a charity event. That's why I hadn't thrown out a whole bunch of info about it, because we're working on it to make it all correct with the state. But we're trying to get a charity sampling event that'll allow us to basically have a sampling on Friday night where you guys pay the charity, and we will have everything. We'll have the distillers there just like we would at the store, but you'll have 3 hours there. We will have less restrictions on our sampling there, and we will have more things there that I will not sample the day of for free.
Oh.
Right.
So we'll have a couple of surprises and a couple of additional things that you won't get if you don't come to the Friday night event. So we're working on that. I just, it's already booked. We are definitely going to be there 5 to 8, whether it's a charity sampling event or we will be selling flights of whiskey at the bar for you to sample. We just had to work out the details to make sure the state is okay with it.
Well, can you tell our viewers about Fifth Squad and what they represent and where their money, if they donate to them, where that money will be going to?
Yeah, sure. They're a local organization that that helps veterans in need, and they're an immediate need service. Like if guy loses his job and is down on his luck and can't make his rent that month, they're the Church of Veterans, where they can go to and get a rent payment and help stay on their feet or get back on their feet. They do good work.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's an amazing group. They do a lot through Mississippi and work with Veteran Affairs and stuff like that. So I have a lot of good friends that are actually in Veteran Affairs. Chris Ellis is one of my long-time friends that works there and works well with them, and said they're an amazing group.
Mm-hmm. They absolutely are.
Yeah, they are our chosen philanthropy. We do. I mean, they've been at every one of the block parties I remember, and I know going 3 years back, maybe further. I don't.
Yeah, they were great last year. I will tell everybody, one of the reasons you should come, everybody in the parking lot is going to have samples. I don't know any group that's going to be in the parking lot that's not going to have something there that they would like to share. Everybody there will have something to eat generally. There were people making pastelaya in the parking lot in a big cast iron pot with propane tank last year. It's just a lot of fun. It's a big party. It's just like going to a football game and sitting out there and having a good time and waiting for your number to be called so you can get an awesome bottle.
So the protocol is we will call the numbers, but we'll also release them on our Facebook every hour. As soon as we generate the list, it'll pop up on there. So, you can find your number and what number you are, and we will likely set it up more like zones like Southwest, where the first 20 people set up here, the next 20 people here, because it becomes just get. I mean, and again, it's a lot of communicating and hanging out with the group, because you got to check your number versus the next guy's number and looking at your phone. It's a lot of getting along. So,
our group last year had one person looking at the numbers and then saying, kind of knew what everybody's was and said, here, go, 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 and that way we could send everybody, and that way everybody could get done what they needed to do, because there's so much to do in the parking lot.
And then logistically trying to get those number of people lined up and get them through the store, and then you do it again in the next hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's controlled chaos.
Sounds kind of awesome. I love that kind of environment. It's craziness.
Yeah, it's hella fun. It is craziness.
Somebody just asked on here, how much time does somebody have to respond to their number once it is called? I was thinking the same thing.
So that first number is going to be about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I do not want to skip anybody on their first number. So we will we'll make it be known. We'll make it loud, but we got to keep moving. We are trying to get through all 200 numbers within 45 minutes. Now it's much easier once we get the rhythm going, and that last number takes a lot longer than the first number, obviously.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed last year, because we actually had that happen to us, where we didn't know that our number had been called. So if you find out your number's called and they've already passed, you still can go up to the front, say, this was my number, and they'll put you next in line to go in if your number has already been called. If it has not, then they'll put you in line in the place that you are supposed to be.
You're supposed to be in.
So one way or another, you get to be in line to purchase your bottle. It's just they want, they're going to go fast, and you got to pay attention. And
it's pretty much on you to get your butt up there and get in line. But
yeah. And we'll release the list, and you'll have a list of every hour and a price list, and with the price and what's available for each shelf and every hour. And then that shelf will be at the front door where you can see everything on that shelf through the glass as you come in. So you have a staging area on which to choose from what's left before you go around the other side and see the full thing of it and choose your bottle. So, and and even then you got one person there looking and another person picking. So, I mean, you get a time to run through there and make a selection.
Well, what bottle
But
is on the
it is, we are on a timeline. We are moving, so we have to keep it going.
Right. Well, what bottle is on the shelf there that you are most excited about?
It may not even be there yet. Let me. I got to get closer before I can even speculate. Like, I mean, I am real excited about the Broad Branch rye. If I can get it here, I mean, that might be one of the best things on there. And they're so small, guys. It's not going to be many of them. I mean, like,
I just hope TJ doesn't kill them and getting all the barrels.
Yeah. How have you ever put a bottle up to be able to purchase that you wish you would have kept?
I like selling whiskey better than I like keeping whiskey.
Well, that's a great business owner answer. I know. Trust me, I hear you.
I mean, I am. I mean, I don't just keep a selection. I have a collection.
Yeah.
I have plenty to sell, and I mean, when you're in the business of it being a commodity, everything has its commodity, right? So, I mean.
Oh, sure. Trust me. It's
not even, and I don't overcharge in any respect ever for any bottle. I mean, but I do. I mean, there is a lot for me to gain from using my allocations for such an event. I mean,
oh yeah, I believe that. I mean, I think that if you're known as somebody that keeps everything, all the good stuff that you get, then no one's, obviously that's going to come with a reputation issue as well. So I think that, people find out that you've got all these good ones that you didn't put in the, in the sale or at the event or whatever. But I hear you when it comes to that. Trust me. It's I'm sure we have a bigger collection. Sometimes when I have them, I'm like, do I want to keep these or sell them? I don't know. But when you don't have very many, it's kind of nice to keep them.
I mean, but a collection, you only need one of each. So
that's true. Mm-hmm.
Of course, I have a William LaRue Weller in my collection that I have kept.
Oh yeah,
but you only need one. I mean, sure.
Yeah,
the collection.
Josh, some of the old Rick I think is probably is almost better than the WLW. You tried some of those latest barrels they've got over there?
I don't guess so.
The 18 and 19.
The 18 and 19 year they've got back in the Rick the Connex box.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you need to try them. They are absolutely phenomenal.
Yep, go on and tell them you need to try them. Okay.
All right, I'll do that.
I'll have a bottle there. I'll bring it. You'll have to try. I have to try it.
All right.
That's good.
You have a deal.
We're gonna have a lot of good bottles.
Well, Jeb, we got any more questions from the audience?
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't want to interrupt y'all. You guys are. Oh,
go ahead.
Colette has one. Like, he's so happy in that picture. Look at him.
I know, right? That's unusual.
Is this your first and only spirit store, and are you going to expand? And why this location?
So you can.
Location, right. That's a good question.
You can only legally own one liquor store in Mississippi.
Oh wow!
I know that.
Unless you're Costco or Sam's, and I guess they get to have two for whatever reason that is.
Guess it counts if you sell food too. I guess it's okay.
No, I don't know. So that's a question for another time. But yeah, you can only own one. So yes, this is my first and only.
Have you seen a shift? I know that everyone talks about like bourbon and whiskey declining and other things, falling off, and it depends on where you are. Have you seen a different trend in the market somewhere about what outside of the event, obviously, like in general purchasing? See anything that is changing, or other spirits that aren't whiskey that are kind of creeping up? And what's the trend?
I mean, we're in the deep South. I don't drink whiskey because it's cool. I drink whiskey because my dad drank whiskey and his dad drank whiskey. So, I mean, our demand they've told us for the last, I don't know, since I've been in business for the last 5 years that tequila is taking over and it's going to be popular. And no, not more than whiskey is, not at my store. So,
yeah. Do you have that on a poster somewhere that says, I don't drink whiskey because it's cool? Like, and I drink it because my dad drank it. I feel like you have to have that somewhere now. That's awesome.
The first sneak of
Back
any
of a
kind of
t-shirt.
alcohol. Yeah, any alcohol I ever had was, Kentucky Tavern out of my grandfather's, cabinet. That's all you had to drink there. If you wanted to sneak liquor out, that was your choice.
What about expanding outside of Mississippi? Is that even allowed? You would have to have a different liquor license, and it would have probably.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I could do that if God, how much work would that be?
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing going on right now anyway. So.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a really wild customer interaction over a bottle or something that they saw, something that you released and came in, it wasn't there? Everybody's got something that people are kind of losing it over certain bottles or stuff that people that you're like, that's really what you're looking for. That's the thing you're losing it over. Have you had anything kind of wild like that?
Not me. I mean, I'm not necessarily me. Like my store manager has more than I have.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, he's tending the counter more than I am as well. And I mean, you can't have I can't have a bad time up there. I'm having the best time every time I'm there. So I don't really believe in bad times. My background comes from restaurants.
Sure.
We never had never had a bad situation. You only had opportunities. So, I mean, I grew up with every bad situation being an opportunity. So, I mean, I don't ever see it that way. I mean, everybody's looking for a reason to smile. All you got to do is find that.
And also you can respect what people really want. If you want something that you're really looking for and that's what they want, why? No, you don't want to say that that's not worth it or whatever. If they're spending money, who cares? Also,
right.
That's for sure. Do you only drink whiskey? Do you drink anything else?
Tequila, beer. I like a Miller Lite and I like to sip on a neat tequila.
Yeah. Blanco. Okay. That's what I was going to ask. I'm recently learning more about tequila. I just was at a distillery, this tequila farm in Mexico or whatever, agave farm in October. And so I'm getting into tequila too. Don't tell anyone. But
I mean, I took a tequila tangent years ago. I mean, it's, and it's, I'll drink whiskey at night, but during if I'm,
go all day.
Yeah. If I got to go all day or if I'm going to be out having beers, I just can't drink beer all day anymore. No. I mean, that's the problem. I've gotten old and I get indigestion and I like
fills you up.
Love to drink beer. Yeah. I've got to drink me some tequila in between.
Yeah.
And I don't think people understand how the difference between tequila is like bourbons also.
Yes.
There's good bourbons and there's some really bad bourbons. There's some really good tequilas and there's some really, really bad tequilas. And it's another thing. You just got to try and figure out what you like.
Yeah.
The extra aged añejo tequila is done in a bourbon barrel. So, extra aged just means it's been in there for longer than a year. And the longer it sits in that bourbon barrel, the longer it gets a bourbon flavor.
It's pretty crazy. That's the first time I was in South Dakota once with this really cool bourbon. I was just getting into whiskey. And on the menu they had two things I'd never seen before. Liquor with THC in it, tequila aged in a whiskey barrel. And I was like, what is this magical place I've never heard of that has all these cool things? And it said a Blanton's barrel, and I never would have guessed. I mean, I was sold. I couldn't believe that it was that you can just age it like that, and now everybody's doing it all the time. It's pretty crazy. And it's cool to be able to introduce people to that if they don't like whiskey or whatever, or they say they don't like tequila because they probably drink it out of a plastic bottle at one point. You're like, there's lots of other ways and amazing tequila out there, but I'm always curious. And I've seen a trend where whiskey drinkers do like aged tequila, but it's because it's so similar, I think.
So yeah, Corazon is owned by the Buffalo Trace people.
Right.
And when you've seen it in a Blanton's barrel or what have you, that's coming from them. And when we did our Eagle Rare pick, I don't know, it's been 2 years ago, we sent it down. You get the option to take your Eagle Rare barrel and send it to Corazon, and they'll fill it an extra age. So they told us 2 years ago that we have a Corazon barrel down there that is resting in our Eagle Rare barrel, that we will sometime get that whole barrel that we've committed to now. Sazerac is, it's hard to keep up with, and how long they do take a while. They're a giant company.
Yeah, they own just about everything too. Ben was asking, how do you do your store picks? Do you? I know you and Justin are usually the main two people that always go on your picks. Do you go by a profile, or do you go by what's most interesting that day?
I mean, it depends. Before I finalize a pick, I like to take the Mississippi Sippers if we can, which is a local consumer group, local to us, that me and Justin are a part of, and they help with with our barrel picks and with our pushing our brand and getting out the good word of what we're doing. So we have a good mutual agreement, and they also have great palates. I mean, it's a group of guys that are pros at this. So they've gone up and done some of our barrel picks. When I can't go, they'll go, and or I go with them, or any group of us, any group that can get together. And I do. These are guys that I trust their palates. I mean, sometimes Harold and Ashley were just followers, Facebook followers that got to go up to our Dickel pick with us. I mean, we do call them people that are enthusiasts and interested. Now, I mean, if I'm calling up somebody randomly, I'm probably going to be there for the veto, because I don't want to get an amateur, ruining it, because I will have. I mean, I'm the guy that's got to buy it and sell it, so I will.
All right, we're much better than we were that day. We've grown since that day.
I don't know that I vetoed y'all at all. I'm just saying.
No, we actually picked together.
Yeah, I think we agreed. I just didn't know y'all, so you don't want to come back with some off-putting character. So we are looking for a certain profile, and I'm ultimately hold the veto and always ask the question at the end of a pick. Now, is this the one that we want to pick that would sell the best? Now, is this the pick that most people are going to like? Is this, sometimes the answer is no, this isn't the one that most people would pick, but that's why we like it. And if we still get the majority of that's why we like it, I mean, we'll still pick it, but we still have to have the conversation of, we're in the business of selling this. We're not just there to find weird stuff that's entertaining ourselves.
I mean, sometimes it's a difference between a bourbon club pick. So a lot of times there's a big difference between doing a pick at a store where you're selling to mass audience, the people's coming in to buy stuff, or a bourbon club pick. There's bourbon nerds sitting in there. They might want something more layered, or something more deep and stuff like that, more characteristics and stuff than a normal person is going to come in there and grab a bottle right off a shelf or something like that. So there's a big thing that you got to weigh there in between the two type of picking.
Well, and I mean, when you also have a Four Roses pick that is going to sell quickly, I can reach out and get some off character stuff. I mean, I can find some more fun things that we might not have taken home in previous years. So,
I had one more kind of a question about the event real quick. If anybody's thinking about coming down, what are some things on either side of your event that they can't miss in your area? Places that they should eat, other places they should have great cocktail bars, tasting places. Do you have any great local recommendations for anybody that might be coming down?
Let's see. We do have some of the best food.
Where do you soak up all the whiskey? Where is that at?
Now, I mean, Lakeland Drive is not far from us. It's right there in Rankin County, and there's plenty of restaurants up and down there, and there's plenty of hotels, and that's really the probably closest place to everything we are doing. We have the event Friday night, and then we'll have our event Saturday. Then we'll have an after party at Legends. Legends Bar and Grill is right there on Lakeland Drive as well. And George is awesome. He can cook, and he has a great whiskey selection. And I don't know, we had trouble with getting the guy to open up some bottles last year when we went to our after party. So I will tell you,
amazing shrimp and grits.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and the food was great, but everything was not open. And I will tell you, everything at George's bar is open. So, and it's real close to we're trying to keep it more centralized. So keep it very close to our store and the houses that people are getting in VRBOs and to the majority of where the hotels are. Let's see, Table 100 is great. It's not far from us. Let's see.
Is the coffee
Shaggy's
shop in the parking lot?
What's that?
Is the coffee shop still in the parking lot? The little Winnebago?
Oh yeah. They love us and hate us all at the same time. I mean, you guys give them plenty of business, but nobody else can get in there.
Yeah.
So it's still worth it to them. They make a good. They have a good day.
What's
Shaggy's is right down the road from us, and it's right there on the water. So we're in the area called the Reservoir because we're right there on the water. I mean, like a block away, there's a park, and it's our muddy lake. That's what we got.
What's that bourbon bar that you always talk to me about going down to? Let's have good food, and it's one of the largest bourbon selections.
Oh, Manship.
Manship. That's what.
Yeah, Manship. Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, Manship. Steve-O can cook too. They got some good food, and that puts you down in Jackson and in downtown area. I mean, it's its own area. I mean, like we have a big town, so I mean, there's plenty. That's a whole nother section of town. You got Ridgeland and Madison, Clinton. I mean, there's plenty of municipality all around it too. But we're particularly in the Flowwood Reservoir area. So, but yeah, we do Southern cooking and Cajun cooking. The day of, we'll have crawfish there and fried catfish, and plenty of other vending. Like we'll have plenty of food trucks, but particularly crawfish is the Southern treat for the spring. Like it's just now coming into season. So by April, the mud bugs ought to be of good size, and we should have plenty of them.
And the catfish is wonderful. Mississippi has the best catfish, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He said,
Well, we do. That's what we do.
Yeah.
All right, 5 more minutes. What is the town? What is the town's name for the store? What town is Spillway in?
Brandon, Mississippi.
Brandon. Okay.
I have a Brandon address.
Okay. Let me see. Since I'm late, where is Spillway? Brandon, Mississippi. Thomas Reed, since you were late.
Spillway, 1925 Spillway Road.
Not bad. Mm-hmm. Anything else? Anything else anybody has some questions about? Or anything you want to add, Josh? Anything they have to know that we missed? Harold
And
Nash?
if you can't get in, just go on down to Kroger. Just don't tell them I sent you.
I love it.
That was good.
All right. Herb, this guy says it was nice to meet you at Bourbon on the Banks. So you guys going to be at Bourbon on the Banks October, Josh?
what banks? What banks are we going to be at? Where is that?
Bourbon on the Banks in
Frankfurt, Kentucky.
Like, I just pretended like I just forgot. I actually didn't know what town it was in. It's my first one.
First time. Yeah.
I had not planned on it, but possibly. I don't know. I mean, Harold and Ashley kind of keep me up on these things.
Yeah.
I certainly have not planned that far out in October.
To be quite honest, it's one of the best bourbon festivals I've been to. I mean, it's quite. It's kind of small. They only allow, I think it's 2,000 people come, or 2,000 people come to this festival. It's mostly smaller
distilleries,
custom craft distilleries. It's kind of funny when you're walking around when the Angel Envy and Buffalo Trace, which is in their backyard of Buffalo Trace, you don't see any lines at Buffalo Trace or anywhere like that. They're all at the other ones. They're at Cold Pick. They're at Larrikin.
Yes, at the end of our lottery last year, we had Blanton's left over, and we had a pile of Buffalo Trace. The Blanton's was gone didn't leave until Tuesday, and I think the Buffalo Trace was there till Thursday, where I put a 1-case limit on it, where I'd let them take 1 case at a time. So yeah, no, the sizzle of that stuff is
it's going
away to the favor of these small distillers that are out there doing fantastic things and really want you to buy their whiskey versus coming up with plays where you have to work hard to get it.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, what's been my favorite pick? Well, Thomas Reed. I don't have a favorite child any more than I have a favorite pick. I have 3 children, and I tell my daughter all the time that she's my favorite daughter. But I do not have a favorite pick. They're all mine. They are all mine.
They're all.
And some of them I have to take responsibility more than others. Like, there's a couple up there like, what were you thinking? It's like, I don't know what we were thinking.
There was a reason. I just can't remember what it was. Yeah.
Well,
really
we were
deep in that barrel.
In the beginning. We were also just trying to get as many picks as we could. So I mean, some of them were not the best brands. You learn, you live and you learn.
Yeah,
we've gotten better at it.
Well, you fostered a great community there for bourbon, and so that's all anybody can ask. It's just everything that you've done for the bourbon community in that area has been amazing.
I had to say, you're probably the most elite store that I go to in Mississippi by far. I mean, they're the most accommodating, at least anyway. I mean, it's always friendly when we go in your store. Everybody's nice. They say hello to you when you walk in the door. Some of the stores are not like that we go to in the same area.
Yeah.
So well, thank you for saying that, Harold. It means a lot. Y'all have been to a lot of stores.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're probably a good judge. I mean, you're not wrong about that.
I think that's everything we've got.
Yeah, that's everything I've got too. If you don't have anything, Josh, anybody else have any questions? I think we got them all for sure.
Yeah, I've been checking on them. We got them all.
So let everybody know we're going to jump back to Google's Meets and do an after talk too. Remember?
Yeah, if we want to, whatever you guys want to do is fine with me. Josh, if you have time, if you want to go back and do that, if they want to, that we can. Usually I think we do that 8:45, but if we want to pop over and see if somebody hops in, we can do that. But I just want to say on here, thanks for coming. Thanks for spending your time with us. Getting those of us that are, north of the South got to know a little more about your event. And I won't make it down next month, but maybe next year. But if anybody needs anything, they can reach out on the Facebook page, I assume, or has any questions. All of your event info is on there, I would guess. All right, Josh?
They can reach us. They can reach out to us.
Big Bourbon Club or us personally, either way.
We'll put some stuff out too. We'll put some put your event on our pages too, just so everyone can see it in the club and on the app and all that stuff too. So thanks again. And to Harold and Ashley, thanks for jumping in and co-hosting and being the experts on this side of it this time. I appreciate that. I would have been like, well, I don't know. What do you want to tell me? So, All right. Well, we'll hop over to Google Meet, and thanks again, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you next month.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Thanks,
Guys.
Harold. Thanks, Ashley.
See you
Bye.
guys.
So yeah.